Hey, I wanted to say, had last time I spoke had misstep and hurt a bunch of people, so I apologize for that. That was not what I intended to get across. So I'm sorry for that. Questions we got?
Day one, what was that like? And was it like all the other day ones, or was this one special?
No, it was good as I'm glad no one's hurt. So we'll see if that we can get that to another day. I think if we get to our third day without any injuries, I think we're in position to do some good things.
What do you hope to accomplish this fall camp? Is there, like last year seemed to be about installation and all that? Like, what are your goals for this fall camp leading up to Auburn?
I think we got to grow up and we got to mature. There's a lot of talent on this team. I think there's needs to be more discipline on this team. There needs to be we got a bunch of individuals on this team. We got to be a little bit more of a team, and I don't think any of it's in an ugly way. I just think I look back at the years that we won a lot of games. Those games were in the fourth quarter. Those games were goal line stands. Those are 2-minute drives. This league is so competitive that it takes everyone giving everything they got, and we can't get in the way of that. And that's probably our biggest obstacle we got right now is us.
Ashtyn Hawkins is out practicing with y'all. Just wanted to know where we were on that and his situation with the NCAA.
NCAA cleared him on Monday, so he's with us. We're excited about what he can have to offer this year.
Is there a pressure on the defense the offense was so good last year, has pretty much everybody back. Is there pressure on the defense to maybe take another step?
I'm sure there is. Everyone hears what everyone says, and so you when you win, you want to feel like you contributed to the win, and so I think that kind of sums up that side of the ball.
Coach, ball, brotherhood, battle, that slogan for the season. How did y'all come up with that? What does that mean to you?
I think we've got guys that love football. I think one of the things we're doing on defense is talking about, hey, for you personally, why do you love football? And we'll have each guy kind of get up in front of the team and talk about what their thing is and why they came to love this game. And I think the brotherhood part is we've got guys that are tight right now. We've got guys that hang together off the field, probably more than we ever have. And then the battle part is just like not accepting losing and trying to do whatever you can to win. And so we've been instilling that here the last year or so. And so I think we can still have some room to improve with that.
Just got Samu and Adonis were both out there today. I guess, what are they? First off, they're healthy. Are they good to go? And how dominant can they be on the defensive line?
They're working to get healthy. I think they're active in some of the things we're doing. We're hoping that we can get them a little bit more active. The physicality and the size and all that is there. We got to get them playing shape, and we got to get them to where they can be at their best a couple plays into a drive. And so we're kind of starting out right now. We'll see how that goes.
What kind of energy did you see from the guys out there in day one?
Everyone's excited. We had a lot of reps today, and I thought that the communication was really good. I think there's a chip on the shoulder with a bunch of guys that would be good to have a chip on the shoulder, and I think anytime that just kind of happens, you don't have to say nothing. It's a good thing.
When it comes to the defensive line, you've got a couple bigger bodies than maybe you have in the last couple of years with Samu and Adonis. Are you all looking at any chance of going out there together, maybe goal line touch or something like that?
It can be. I think there's opportunity for not only 12 personnel. Our first couple games prior to our first bye, there's a bunch of 12 personnel, and that's not something that we see a bunch of over here. And so we worked on that today. We'll continue to work on that, and I think the bigger we can get at certain spot anchor points, the better chance we have of winning that particular down.
What does Keaton bring, and how big is that having him back on the defense?
Yeah, there's good leadership with him. I mean, just here recently, guys are done, and he wanted to stay behind to run, and the majority of that group stayed behind to run with him. And so I think that's what you get with him, is you get just there's a rage to master, man. He wants to do it and learn it and be it and all that. Right now, a lot of times it doesn't happen like that, and so I think part of it is kind of, hey man, just have that juice, but have some patience with you too. But it's good that the guys are rolling with him, and he's a good leader for them. We have a lot of young linebackers, and so he's a good older player.
Is that kind of camaraderie that you're talking about right there? Is that something you feel like you've had over the past few seasons, or is that something that maybe you're seeing a little bit more this year?
I think it's probably a little bit more this year. I think some of the guys that are leading have been here for a little bit and have achieved and know what it means to play at Baylor and want to represent Baylor and want to be a part of Baylor. And I think they're leading from that place, which is pretty cool.
Regarding preseason accolades that a lot of your guys are now getting, how do you balance that with what comes on the field in practice, and how do we temper expectations?
Yeah, all of that was for last year. I mean, that has nothing to do with this year. All of that was for, that gives someone kind of a quick kind of summation of what you did last year, and it just gives you nothing for this year. And I just think I told them I'm waiting to see a poor practice by a dude that's been given all this praise. I'm waiting to see that.
With fall practice beginning, is the team in the locker room kind of getting that the Auburn game is coming up as the days get closer?
There is, yeah. I think there's excitement. I think the team knows that there's a chance to do some special things. But again, I think there has to be a level of accountability and discipline with this team, in terms of doing all the things right, every little thing right, off the field, all of it. And I think some of our individuality has to kind of come together for a team purpose, and we're in the process of doing that right now.
You've talked about guys kind of going from I think I can to I know I can now after last year. Are you seeing more of a sense of urgency from guys who have been through the tough times and now hoping to kind of have even more of a breakthrough season?
Yes, yeah. I think there's guys that know, hey man, with the recruiting that's going on, this is my opportunity. If I don't do something with this time, then this next wave of guys that are coming in, I'm gonna miss my place, my timing of it all. So I very much feel that.
Do you handle preseason projections and rankings and all that stuff the same way that you were talking about with the accolades?
Yeah, just try to find someone that's listened to all that and try to get them on a bad day.
Tell me about your special teams. Obviously, I think Ballmer's probably your starting punter, but how do you plan to divvy up kicking duties, and who's your long snapper?
Yeah, there's some good competition there. I think you look at the last 2 years, whether it's the ESPN or the CAI, the special teams just way proficient, tops in our league the last 2 years, and so we're trying to be tops in the country. I think we're very aggressive in kind of that ask that we want to be the best, and with that comes every job's up for grabs. And so there's a bunch of competition going on right now. I feel good about the people that are competing. We're going to try to get them in some pressure spots and kind of see who shines through. All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.